This TV is a 2001 to 2002 anime TV series that I recently got the opportunity to re-see after the first time I saw this TV series was back in 2006. And first off, I didn't realize that it back then. I didn't realize that it was from 2001. I thought it was a recent show. I thought that maybe it was from 2006 or 2005 or something like that. But I didn't realize that it was like a 5 years old TV series. Still, it looked very recent back then. Um, the first time I got to see it, I had I had to get it through different means because we didn't had the we didn't had so many sources from which we could see something like online and pay to view or stuff like that. So you had to get your media from where you could have the chance. So I found it on a source that was in uh, Portuguese subtitles, and I'm not very. I don't know that well Portuguese, but still the subject of the anime interested me so much that I wanted to see the TV series for as much as I could understand. Still, seeing that is a visual media, you could get some ideas from it. Nevertheless, I liked it very much that time. Then I wanted to see it for a second time back in 2015, if I remember well, and then I stopped, I think, before the middle turn of the show. And now I saw it in our year 2020, and I really enjoyed finishing the show for the second time. Um, the show has a lot of interesting ideas, such as destiny, duality, that some people can't escape their destiny, even how much they struggle for. I really liked some of the characters from the show. I'd also like to go back to the idea if I started with that even though it's from back from 2001, the show really looks amazing. I'd say that the animation is like I think for me personally got to a level of perfection because it's very classically animated, very clean. It doesn't use that many filters. No, it's very good animation and very quality wise. I really liked it. The presentation of the show. I mean, I think since 2006 some shows started having a strange filter put on them and started becoming more digital, and the quality kind of dropped from for some animated TV series. But this one really is a good example for me of a very well animated show. Also, I really liked the art style, the way the characters were drawn for the anime. Um, also, um, to talk more about the structure. So this is a 24 episode anime. It also has like uh, 0 episode of some sorts. On the IMDb page and the Wikipedia page, it tells you that you should see the 0 episode first, and then you should start with the show. In my opinion, I think you should leave the 0 episode to watch it after the 12 one. After the 12 episode, in my opinion, you should see the 0 episode. Because when I got to rewatch it, I think it was kind of a spoilerish episode. You don't really understand some things that happen, but you get more context as after you've seen some of the episodes. So yeah. Also, so the presentation of the show is about destiny and the apocalypse, and if there are technically uh, two parties, let's say two groups in the show: the dragons of Earth, who think that humanity should be wiped out, and nature then will regenerate and to come back to its former beauty. And the dragons of heaven, who believe that no, humanity should, in its all imperfections, should be let to live on and expect the best of humanity. So there are some very interesting subjects they deal with in the show, like fighting against your destiny, and and trying to change it as much as possible, and trying to find solutions. And sometimes the solutions you find bring you back to the destiny you were avoiding, and some solutions, if you really think of them, maybe you can change how all it will happen. From some points of view, I would have liked the show to be a little longer, because in my opinion, like for example, the first I see this show half and half, like the first 12 episodes and the last 12 episodes, because there is a turning point at the 12th episode. In my opinion, like the first 12 episodes, although they are like 8 out of 10 episodes for me, they are more character based, and they developed better their characters. And after the middle point, then it starts ramping up the action. A lot of characters, how can I put it so it's not that spoilerish? Well, yeah, a lot of characters die, or they are taken out of the show, and it's kind of sad. So the development they did for the characters back in the first 12 episodes makes you care for those characters when they die in the later half of the show. But still, it felt a little rushed when they got to the second half. Still, I would say also that most of the second half episodes are 9 and 10s. The only episode that bothered me was the 17th episode, when they recapped what happened during the show. I kind of don't like those clip show episodes. Even the 0 episode has more plot than the 17th episode. So yeah, for such a short show, you shouldn't even have one one clip show episode, but still, it didn't ruin that much for me the experience. Seeing that the previous episodes, I think, is one of my favorite episodes. The one called the Slaughter. I really liked that one. I think it's my favorite episode from the show. But still, I also say that the start of the show is very strong. It keeps you intrigued in it's what gonna happen. I think I watched this show at first, like I started really binging it, so I saw like 2 or 3 episodes a day. So yeah, it really kept me on my feet. I really liked how the characters started to meet each other, to unite. So so yeah, I'd say the episode and the show are really very good written. Also, as always, I'd like to point out the soundtrack of the show. I really liked it. The opening and the ending of the TV are very good. Also, some tracks that I really liked. I want to point out. This song is called Sweet Dragons of Heaven. And another one that I want to point out is Destiny. Yeah, especially this part I really liked. So yeah, the soundtrack of the show is amazing. I think it's one of my top soundtracks that I listened to even after I saw the show months ago. There was also, so the show is based on a manga by the Clamp Group. There was also a movie about this show, but in my opinion, the movie is inferior because of its length, and the characters weren't that very well developed. Maybe I'll plan one day to re-see that movie, but from what I remember, I didn't liked it very much. I think it was very boring, but maybe one day I'll give it a go again. All in all, I'm going to give this show a 10 out of 10. Although not all the episodes are perfect, I think there aren't that many shows like this one. This is like a very unique show. I really liked it. I really liked the animation, the characters, the action, the soundtrack, so I recommend it. 10 out of 10.